Okay, so round number 2 is football stadia. You're going, yeah, do some revision. Look up Premier League, look up Championship. Oh, 5 out of 5 for we're stumped. Brilliant score. Okay, so football stadia, you're gonna have to identify the club and the stadium here. Identify the club and the stadium. A quick sip of water, H2O, and we're gonna start round number 2. Here we go. So 5 stadia, each worth. Jessica Webb on Instagram says this is a good quiz. Thank you, Jessica. And if you're enjoying this quiz, I go even more crazy in a good way. And the family quiz on Saturday. So that this Saturday is at 5 o'clock, 5 or 6 p.m. It changes the time, but do check my Insta tweet, blah blah blah. So again, if you're enjoying the quiz, at some stage, I'd love you to tweet out a picture of you getting involved with the quiz. It could be me on the screen, or on Instagram, tag me on a story, Facebook maybe a story, YouTube put a comment in. And YouTube, put a comment in after the event. Because obviously, if you're doing the live chat, it stays there. But come back later and add a comment. Like it, subscribe, all the sort of things you're meant to do. Okay, so here we go. Round number 2, Stadia. Let's go, Jessica. So identify this club and stadium. Identify this club and stadium. That is question number 1. And specifically, I think on Black Widow or Helen Joanne, they said that they couldn't see. They had to change rooms for the quiz because they wanted to put in a big screen because this round really strained their eyes. So I've made the stadiums a bit bigger this week. I hope you appreciate that. I listened to your feedback. That's what Bobby Seagull asked. He listens to your feedback. So identify the club and the stadium. Question number 2. Identify the club and the stadium. Wonder. I wonder. Identify the club and the stadium here. So that is question number 2. Question number 2. Oh, we've got Sarah Summerland came from Instagram. Well done, Sarah Summerland. You got 2. Everyone seems to have got 2 in round number 1. Okay, question number 3. This is a tricky one. Identify the club and the stadium. Identify the club and the stadium. So that's question number 3. This one requires a bit of thought. Identify the club and the stadium. This is a tough one. Oops, sorry, that's a tough one. I'm going to put the cat among the pigeons among the cats. Question number 3. Identify that stadium. Okay, question number 4. Okay, I'll give you a clue. This is a former Premier League club, now in the Championship. Identify this club and stadium. So there's a former Premier League club, now in the Championship. Identify this club and stadium. It's tricky. To be honest, if I hadn't got this question, would I have got it correct? Not sure. It's a tricky one. So it's a former Premier League club in the Championship. Identify the club and the stadium for me. There we go. That's question number 4. Where are you thinking? Where are you thinking that could be? Where could that be? Hello, guys, and welcome to Home Festival's quiz for NHS football special. So there's every Wednesday at 8 o'clock, we have a football quiz. And then on Saturdays, 5 or 6 o'clock, the times change each week. This week it's 5 o'clock. We have a family-friendly quiz. So I'm really excited here. This is part of Home Festival. And Home Festival is an amazing set of online programs set up by Strictly Stars, OT and Karen and their partners, Marius and David. And they organize things like baking, cooking, dancing, jiving, Pictionary. And what I do is I'm the teacher. And I do lessons on history and geography every Tuesday and Thursday at 10:45. And I do football on Wednesday at 8 o'clock. And on Saturdays, 5 or 6 p.m., this Saturday is 5, a family quiz. So thank you so much for joining me. Okay, and then the final one in this round. Whoa, oh my God. I think on YouTube, you've seen all the answers. Pretend you didn't see it. I need to sort my mouse out, but it's a bit Moves quickly. Identify the club and the original name of the stadium. If you saw it, just ignore it. Sorry, YouTube people, I think you might have seen the answers. Don't change the answers. Okay, identify the club and the original name of the stadium. Identify the club and the original name of the stadium. So that is question number 5. I think this is a reasonably good one to get. Identify the club and the original name. You can probably tell the current name by the sponsors on the stadium. So that's question number. Someone on Instagram is asking me, is this an isolation quiz? No, this is I'm Bobby Seagull. This is a football quiz that I do on Wednesdays at 8 o'clock. And then on Saturdays at 5 or 6 o'clock, I do a family quiz with music, with charades, picture round. So it's slightly different to Neil's. Neil's is absolutely brilliant. And my dad and I, we try and take part in Neil's isolation quiz. But Neil's isolation quiz, Neil Jones, a wonderful Strictly dancer. His is on a Thursday. So this is the football quiz. And I don't really look like Neil. I'm a bit more tanned than Neil, aren't I? I've got a nice beard. Neil has a brilliant beard. Neil Jones, by the way, Strictly dancer. Absolutely brilliant dancer. Thank you for asking, Molly, though. Okay, so quickly I'll recap the stadiums. So number 1 was this. So you get to see it again. So identify that stadium and club. That's question number 1. Question number 2 is identify this club and stadium. This one you should be getting. Question number 3 is, I keep moving the mouse too quickly. Identify the club and the stadium. Question number 4, identify the club and the stadium. This is a championship club. Question number 5, identify this club and the original name of the stadium. There you go. You know what that means it's time? It's time for your 10-second dance. 10-second dance. Let me do it with something. 10. Oh, I need this for later. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Time. Time up. Time up. There we go. That was your 10-second dance, which I did on TV on Monday. I'll tell you more about that in a second. So, question number 1, that is Leicester and the King Power. So 1 mark for each. Leicester and the King Power Stadium. Question number 2. If I can, maybe I'll go through the images. Question number 2 was, it was the Olympic Stadium and West Ham, or the London Stadium, either of the two acceptable. So London Stadium or the Olympic Stadium. That's question number 2. Question number 3 was, this is a tricky one. This is a really, I think it's one of the trickiest ones. But if you look, it looked quite coastal, looked quite expensive. It's Monaco, and the name was Stade Louis II. So Monaco, Stade Louis II. Mrs. P likes my 10-second dance. Thank you. Hello, Eldridge Joanne on Instagram. That was question 3. That was Stade Louis. Question 4 is Ewood Park, Blackburn. So Ewood Park, Blackburn. Ewood Park, Blackburn. Yeah, by the way, people on Instagram, my YouTube and my Facebook links are much better. Much better. And then question 5 is, this is Bolton Wanderers. And it is now currently called, I think, the University of Bolton Stadium, but currently it was originally called the Reebok Stadium. The Reebok. Didn't we all have the stage of buying Reebok classics? So these are the answers. You can see, give yourself a score. Give yourself a score. Tell me how you're doing. And remember, this is all for Quiz for NHS. And if you feel like you're enjoying the quiz, you come along as a regular at some stage, every so often, feel like giving a small donation, justgiving.com/quiz for NHS to show appreciation to our, the wonderful people that are keeping us going through these difficult times.